Okay, thanks everyone. Today I'm truly honored to present my research on robust computer vision here. The title is Towards More Robust Computer Vision in the Wild. And before that, I'd like to give an introduction briefly on myself. I'm Atlas Wang, assistant professor of computer science and engineering. I truly appreciate Lenovo for their invitation to present my research in this supercomputing conference. So my research is about computer vision. And I guess most people have heard that computer vision has really revolutionized its own performance with the advance of deep learning, machine learning more recently. And it has become growing more important for our life. But my research concern focuses on whether computer vision algorithms will perform as excellent when they are deployed in the different kinds of environment, unconstrained, degraded environment with all kind of degradations. Let's think a few examples how the degradations in uncontrolled environment could look like. These slides show you a few cases when the visual data will be degraded because they are collected by low-quality sensors, or just because the objects are very far away from the camera. Look at those few pictures. So those are low-resolution faces, low-resolution pedestrians. Some are also further degraded by the blur and by the noise. So those faces and license plates become very hard for any kind of subsequent computer vision algorithm to analyze. So I don't know, probably you will share my feeling that when I look at the news, I always feel that surveillance videos give us very blurring and uninformative pictures, and in many cases they are just useless. That is because we have to install the surveillance cameras in a way that they can capture the widest possible scenarios. So they cannot just be very focused on any specific region in that scene. As a result, we have to deal with those low-quality images, including low-resolution objects, those with motion blurs, those with heavy noise, and all those degradations coming from the quality limitations of sensors, cameras we used. Another major source of degradations on visual data comes just from the wild environment. So just imagine that you are installing a camera in the wild, and it has to observe the outdoor environment. So it's not always shining days. There could be haze. There could be great rain or storm. There could be low illumination, just like what you were seeing your picture look like if it is taken in the midnight. Of course, there could be generalized to other extreme environments, such as underwater or aerosic. So in those cases, those bad weathers, those poor illuminations, all those unconstrained environment factors will greatly deteriorate the performance of standard computer vision algorithms. But you have to live with that because the environment is there. So the sensing and collection of visual data from the uncontrolled environment, in addition to the quality factors, constitute another major challenge for computer vision algorithm to perform robustly. I was asked, well, just as a joke, I was asked by one colleague when Hurricane Heavy just hit the whole Great Houston area. My colleague asked me, will my computer vision algorithm be robust enough to perform when Hurricane Heavy is there? So my question is, before asking computer vision algorithms, you should first ask whether your camera hardware could stand in such bad weather. Then, given your hardware can work robustly enough, I have better confidence in my algorithm too. So that's generally my answer. I think we algorithm level could do better robustness towards those uncontrolled environments. So before we go into any further details, I would like to show you a video that concludes our recent work on improving the robust computer vision in a bad weather using haze, for example. The videos I'm going to show you all came from real surveillance and traffic monitoring, like parking lot, like highway video, the videos taken in realistic hazy weathers. So, and those are generally challenging challenging, and the top left result will show you what the result will look like if I apply a state-of-the-art object detector to detect the cars and the pedestrians from the hazy scenarios. So this is generally for traffic monitoring or vehicle tracking purposes. And the top middle and the top right could be viewed as two previous methods that first do some haze removal, then apply the latest object tracker, same as the first one. All the three methods displayed in the bottom row is could be said as our method, and the bottom right one will be the best one. In each of the video results, we will show you red bounding boxes, which will indicate the locations of the detected cars or pedestrians. A probabilistic vector will be shown next to the detected object classes to tell you how confident the algorithm in each individual detection. So now I will leave you to take a look at the video and compare them by yourself. So from the video, you can see that the bottom right. So if you directly apply the object detector, even the best one, on the natural hazy video, the performance is actually unreliable with a lot of missing detections, and sometimes the bounding boxes are highly inaccurate. But if you look at our best result in the bottom right, you will see many amazing detection results where even the haze is very dense, it's very heterogeneous, and also accompanied with low resolution and other degradation factors with the subject moving by themselves as well. Our detections keep to be significantly more reliable on all the 5 examples. And I guess the last piece of video, maybe most illustrative. You can see that in a very challenging scene, it's in the early morning, the haze is very dense, the car is white, and the illumination is poor. In that case, our algorithm is still able to capture the moving car from the video, while all other 5 methods fail to do the same. So we have been in touch with an autonomous driving industry trying to commercialize this algorithm better in more realistic scenarios. So that's just an example, and we're doing we are extending our research to low illumination and other bad weathers as well now. Here are a few more static image examples. Same as the previous visual comparison in video, we can observe similar things here. So if you directly apply the standard object detector, the performance is not satisfactory. Applying post-processing then looks better. And if we go to the next page, and within 3 of our methods, within result get improved, especially in the last column. You will see that it's more than any other result, car and pedestrian has been detected. Some really impressive result to me is, for example, in the top row of the last column, you will see a very far away car in white color. It's very small and very low resolution, but it's detected by our algorithms. And also in the bottom row of the last column, not only most cars on the way, but also the very small pedestrians by the sidewalk have been correctly identified by the algorithm. So to be honest, I have been quite amazed when I first look at those results and showing the great robustness of our algorithm. Beyond the 2 previous cases, just a review that we just looked at 2 sources of degradations that we want to deal with. One is because the sensor or camera have a limited quality. The other is because we are collecting data from unconstrained environment. But beyond those 2 cases, while the degradations are both passive and we have to live with, there are certain cases that we create degradations, sacrificing our data quality in an active and controlled way, in sacrifice of other gains or profits, such as in resource or storage. The best known example is probably image compression, lossy image compression, where we just we sacrifice a little bit, probably even not very noticeably in image quality in exchange for a high compression ratio in image storage size. Similar things happens everywhere in image communication and mobile image processing. For example, in a video communication system, it is typical for the encoder to adaptively downsample the input video both temporally and spatially so that it will fit the bandwidth requirement of the transmission band. And as a decoder, we can use some robust computer vision algorithm to maintain the performance level from the actively downsampled video and transmitted loosely from the lossy channel. Another scenario came from mobile image processing. Well, in many mobile apps, the input or captured video streams will first be downsized in order to fit the nearly real-time processing requirement. So the requirement result will also be maybe just simply interpolated or followed by some robust computer vision algorithms to compensate the performance loss caused by this downsampling. So in these two cases, we are trade the data quality with either like resource and bandwidth benefit or by processing time benefits. And such a trade-off between data quality, so as a result, task performance as well, with the system resource constraint is our growing interest to develop more efficient computer vision systems, which robust computer vision algorithms could be a building block. So here is an example of a low bitrate video communication systems that I developed when I was working at University of Washington as a research scientist. So the target task here is facial expression recognition. We try to do that because we wanted to capture expression and from which we want to analyze your emotion status today. And by tracking your emotion status a long time, it is possible to analyze analyze how likely you will get depression or your long-term emotion changes. So my part is to do computer vision algorithm here for facial expression recognition. But the practical challenge is due to the implementation issues, we are not able to real-time transmit high-resolution facial videos from the front-end camera to the back-end because we are transmitting using a limited bandwidth channel. So we try to downsample the facial image, capture the facial images a bit. But as you can see from the from the bottom left image examples, after downsampling a few times, 3, 4, 6, 8, the facial expressions of this person becomes very indistinguishable. And as we know, facial expression recognition is very fragile to resolution loss. So how could we do that? Our solution is to embed a low-resolution facial expression recognition system, which is developed in the similar way as we did for low-resolution surveillance videos. We embed it as the decoder, so the entire system now have a stronger capability to reliably recognize facial expressions when the input image resolution gets lower. And as a result, the entire system can now downsample the images to an even lower resolution while maintaining the minimum facial expression recognition accuracy. So the system performance resource trade-off obviously gets better in that case, and it performs well after being deployed in that emotion recognition system. The last idea that motivates robust computer vision is our currently quite ongoing project. It's about how to protect computer privacy better in computer vision. So the idea is now more computer vision devices has been coming into our home. For example, the Amazon Echoes just launched their newest version earlier this year, which was equipped with a smart camera that will recognize your gestures, gazes, or identities, things like that. But it also arises a great deal of debate about its intrusion of human home privacy because I guess not too many people want a camera look like himself or herself at home, although it brings you more convenience with its very smart algorithm. So a natural question would be, is there a better trade-off that we can achieve? Is it possible that we enjoy the convenience brought by the smart home, smart camera algorithms while protecting the privacy to the best possible? The scenarios also came from like the senior proof case, like to prevent the falling of the seniors living alone or live in an assisted facility. It would be helpful if a camera could be installed in the bathroom, and if a fall happens, that could be notify the assistant really quickly. But again, privacy in bathroom definitely need to be protected, so it came to the same dilemma of just like the smart home case. Our idea to the offering solution to this case is to design such a specific low-resolution degradation transform that will actively transform the input high-resolution, high-quality video into a specific low-quality version on which only like the target task like your anti-falling notification or any smart home computer vision functions could be played reliably, but the privacy related information are completely removed in the transformed video. It could be viewed as a selective degradation compared to the sensor or environment caused unselective degradations. We are now utilizing degradations rather than suffering from that. We are creating the most suitable degradation that fit our need. Accordance with our robust computer vision algorithms, they can constitute an overall system that we can protect our privacy better without leaving the convenience brought by computer vision. This page summarizes a little bit about the core research ideas behind all those researches I talk about. We are generally using deep learning and using it in computer vision context by considering low-level and high-level computer vision as one unified pipeline to be jointly optimized. In our terms, low-level computer vision means image restoration or image enhancement, generally how to improve the quality of visual data. High-level computer vision refers to analyzing the semantics of visual data, such as recognizing a face, detecting a car, or segmenting an image, things like that. We advocate that the two kind of tasks, instead of the traditional way that separately handle them as two, it will be better to jointly optimize them as one. And deep learning is the appropriate tool to implement such end-to-end as one optimization. And that's the main idea motivating those research. Finally, let's take a look at what we plan for the future. And it's indeed a lot of work. We are currently extending our algorithm to handling more complicated degradations and environment factors. As I mentioned, we have done a bit of work on haze, and we are now generalizing to low illumination and storm. We are also treating medical images as a special kind of degraded low-quality images and apply our methodology there as well. We are widely collaborating with people from autonomous driving, traffic monitoring, drone and outdoor robots. Another aspect we look at is distributed sensor networks and edge computing. As we described in the trade-off between performance and resource usage page, we believe we can push the performance level of current low bitrate video transmission scheme by embedding our robust computer vision algorithms as a decoder, allowing for even heavier, more aggressive downsampling or degrading the encoder to save bits. That could potentially help the large-scale distributed and real-time video analytics, while the communication used to be a burden. We are expecting collaborations with people from sensor networks, wearable devices, mobile health, and health monitoring. Privacy-preserving computer vision, as we just discussed, is another focus that we are looking at carefully. We try to use the active degradations that we can learn to generate videos that will anonymize your privacy information. But your target task that bring convenience to your life can still be accomplished. To capture both goals in one hand, we are now improving our algorithms using latest adversary deep network method, and we are trying to evaluating our algorithms in smart home and smart security scenarios. We also have started to see our algorithms the small general applications. Although we have been discussing them in computer vision context, there is really nothing restricting them from just being applicable to computer vision data. For example, we have just started exploring radio frequency wireless signals, and we expect to see our methodology generating a broad impact for other fields. Thanks for listening, and I guess that's conclude my talk. Thank you.